I did already have written down, but Nerek's also asked it. If you could like say or advise something to a beginner, like beginner streamer, beginner content creator, what would be your number one tip, or a few tips?
I'd say the main thing is to make sure you're having fun. And I know a lot of content creators. I'm not going to name any names with the advice that I give because I do like to compare it to other streamers. But I know a lot of content creators who have started streaming just down to the monetary side of things. Like they've seen me, for example. I might have been gifted quite a lot of subs. I might have been gifted quite a lot of bits, and they get motivation from that, which is fair enough. Like obviously, getting paid to play FIFA is a dream for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But you've got to put that aside, no matter whether it's your job or not. You have to put that aside, and especially if you're a newcomer, you need to realise that you need to put the work in to get the reward. You can't just start streaming and expect people as soon as you get affiliate to start throwing 10,000 bits at you. You've got to put the work in, and like I'm confident enough to say everything that I've earned from Twitch has come from me putting the hard work and dedication in, and that goes to anyone else on Twitch as well. That as obviously he's doing well for himself. It's all a part of the hard work rather than literally just getting money for playing FIFA. It's not as simple as that.
I think
I'd say the one thing that I would recommend, like especially newcomers, is to make sure you're having fun with it. If you sit behind the camera in your first stream and you feel worse after you've finished the stream, probably not the right thing for you. Mm-hmm. If you've enjoyed it, even if only one person comes to your chat, if you've enjoyed it, that's the most important thing. Keep going, keep the work up, because you'll see a lot of streamers as well. They'll give up after 2-3 weeks. They'll put so much work into 2 to 3 weeks, and they won't see that much of an increase in followers, viewers, as much as they would like, and that obviously puts them off, and they stop. The most important thing is to keep going. Like at the start, I did have a very quick growth spurt in streaming, which I was very lucky for. However, it did plateau at some point. It did start to level off, and I didn't see as much growth as I would probably want to see with the amount of work I was putting in. But I didn't stop. I carried on. I pushed on through the lower times. Like even now, like the last month that I've had on Twitch is one of my lowest points in. I wouldn't say viewers, but with YouTube subscriptions and Twitch subscriptions. It's really, it's been. I understand why, obviously, because of the Euros, the lockdown restrictions, and that. I understand why. But you've got to push through these times, because everything gets better eventually with anything in life. So I'd say to narrow it down, I'd say make sure you're having fun. Fun is definitely key. Dedication as well. You need to be dedicated to your cause. Like in anything in life, you've got to be dedicated to get far. And just make sure you're putting the hard work in it. Instead of just sitting around, maybe be doing nothing, you've got to make sure that you're always putting in that work to get to the top. Otherwise, if you don't have that drive, you're never going to get there. And it sounds harsh, but it's the reality.
Yeah, I've had periods exactly the same. Like I've taken breaks in the past where I feel like I shouldn't have. I think if I carried on, I could have just got back up to where I was. But there's been times when you just don't feel any motivation to do it. And if you're not motivated to do it, there's no point doing it, because it will reflect on the chat. And Miles has just said in the chat, always hard being a FIFA content creator this time of the year, because the long wait for 22 goes on. And it is this time of the year. Like I have stepped away from FIFA a bit. Obviously, some people in my chat will know there's been reasons, like I've been console banned on Xbox, but we don't need to go into details on that. But yeah, no, I've tried. I'm trying to make content on the PlayStation. Do not worry, guys. I will try and bring FIFA content. But yeah, exactly. It's very difficult to start a brand new account at the moment.
I agree.
And yeah, stuff like that. It just is. It's difficult to make content, especially as there's no promo right now as well. Keena's just do a hot tub stream if you're struggling for viewers.